Welcome to Kings Island. I am here today for the very first time of the normal season since I was in 7th grade. So we are here to check out as much as we can about Kings Island. I don't anticipate we'll do everything. Today is more of a fact-finding mission to figure out what makes Kings Island tick and what it's like. So I hope you're ready. I hope you're excited, and let's go. Good morning. I'm on my way to Kings Island this morning. I just woke up. So it's supposed to be like 60 degrees today. But yesterday was 60 degrees also, and it was really hot. So I don't know exactly what to expect. So I'm going to take a button-up shirt, something that I can unbutton if I would need to, that would feel a little bit cooler. But then I'm also going to take not a sweater, but like a long sleeve tee, so that I could put that underneath it if I would need to. All right, so I had to buy a new selfie stick this morning because mine is broken and I can't find it. It's still, I can still use it, but I can't find it right now. Because of that, I have a late start right now. So it says right now we're gonna get there at 10:20. And I do not want to get there at 10:20. I want to get there at 10 o'clock, if not earlier. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but we're going to, hit 5 over the speed limit the whole way, and hopefully it's a little bit overestimated. I also have a full tank of gas now and 2 Frappuccinos. So really 2.5 Frappuccinos. So I am set for the day. Well, I've got 6 minutes. I'm sitting at a stoplight right now, and we're right outside of Trader's World, but I think it's still maybe a little while. So we may be a few minutes late going into the park today, unfortunately. I wanted to be there for rope drop, but I think I may be a little bit late for that. Guys, I am here about 10 minutes after park opening. I wanted to be here like 20 minutes ago, but oh well. I'll survive. But we are on our way into the park right now to go check out opening day here at Kings Island. Let's go. Actually, if there was a day to arrive late to Kings Island, it was today. I'm expecting not to really be able to do a whole lot, and that's okay. I'm here to walk around, to get a feel for the park, to enjoy anything that I'm able to do, and also to film a walk around of the park with my GoPro. So we're gonna do a lot of different things today. 2 videos out of today hanging out here, but there should be plenty of fun to be had this morning, even though lines will probably be very big. On my way in, they gave me this little thing, guest code of conduct. And we're back. I have not been here since Christmas time this last year. Again, that was not regular season. So I have no idea what makes this park tick, really, because I have only seen Winterfest. So I'm super excited to check this out and experience what you guys have all told me is a great experience here at Kings Island. Now I am actually seeing the tower go up and down. It's definitely something I would like to hit at some point today, but I'm thinking first, since it's still early on in the morning, even though we came in late, let's go check out what some of the ride lines look like at this point. International Showplace looks like a nice place. Definitely looks like it is like a stunt show or a skate show or something. That would be fun. During HalloWeekends this year, they only had 2 different rides open. Flight of Fear, which they called Flight of Cheer, and then Mystic Timbers. So I'm gonna try to hit anything other than those. Like I said, I'm not planning on hitting everything. Those are not high on my priorities list because I've already experienced them. Kings Island has a very Disney-esque way about it, from its decoration to its spoken wheel system. And I think a lot of that has to do with it having been pioneered by another studio, Paramount Pictures, at the time. So I'm excited to try this because I do think it's going to be a very different experience from Cedar Point. The Coney dogs already smell delicious. Also, I already posted to Instagram, what should I be doing today? What are the highlights I really need to hit? So if you would like to be engaged in that kind of thing, please go to my Instagram. It's Not Your Normal G1. Or you could also look up Not Your Normal Guy on Instagram, and you can let me know the kinds of things that would be great ideas for me to do while I'm in the parks. I am also planning on doing some Instagram decides my days and things like that. Well, we'll see how fast they load this one. Let's go. Never mind, it said, sorry, this line is closed. Our very first ride, and I've already failed. Like I said, I don't really know tips and tricks yet because I've never tried to ride all the rides here. And I've never, experienced this park in the normal season. I'm trying to do anything but Mystic Timbers. But of course, Mystic Timbers is where I'm drawn to because I know it. It actually looks like the water ride might be running, which I'm surprised about. It's very cold today. Yep, I don't know if people are allowed on it or if they just don't want to be on it. That'll be a fun one for me and my daughter. Well, I found my way all the way over into the kid land, but I haven't gone to find any coasters yet. Unfortunately, the one I found closed down right away. Call me a child if you must, but for real, this looks like a blast to me. Pretty sure we just rode this same wooden ride at Carowinds. Another classic, Boot Blasters, which I would love to do, kind of. But I want to get something done that I haven't done yet. Now, so far it's been fairly cold, but the sun is starting to peek out, and I think we're going to be in for a fairly nice day. Not gonna lie, the fountains and the music are a vibe. I haven't seen one of these in action for a while, but I think Cedar Point is gonna be up this year, unfortunately. All right, there's Invertigo down there. And then we've got Congo Falls. I can smell the water. Again, not quite sure if that's open for people or not, because nobody in their right mind would want to do that when it's this cold. Here's Banshee though. We might need to check this one out. That might be a very real possibility. First ride at Kings Island, Banshee. Now I'm interested in what the app would be like too. Once again, also, I'm not seeing any posted wait signs outside. All the rides just show open or closed on the app. They don't have any amount of times associated with them. That is at least more consistency though than Carowinds had. So I can at least say that much. It has been 10 minutes and I'm headed up the stairs. The line has gotten longer since I got into it. There are no bins here for you to put your things in. So you do have to put them in your pockets or with you somehow. All right, guys, that was so much fun. I had no idea that was such a smooth and such a weightless ride. Like that really, every one of those inversions gives you just this weightless feeling right as you go over it, except for one. And that one is a very, very slow barrel roll that you definitely feel. You feel the impact of that big time because you're just wading over it, and then you go into a helix. There really isn't a lot of air time, just a lot of weightlessness. I love that. This was a blast. Also, more inversions than I think anything that Cedar Point has. I think so. That was a lot of inversions. I think there were 5 or 6 inversions on this thing. That wait was actually 25 minutes, but it didn't feel anywhere near that long. I don't know why it felt so fast. So right now it is 11:15, something like that. Time to eat before everybody gets here, because if I'm gonna wait in line, I'm not gonna wait in line for food. I think I'm just going straight for Panda today. This is definitely outfitted for a show. Are they doing any today? Also, given Taylor, one of my YouTube buddies. You should definitely go check out his channel. We're planning on doing some fun stuff this year, but he just said Skyline Chili. And I know for a fact that there's a Skyline Chili right out here. So instead of hitting Panda and being unoriginal, we're gonna go do something just a little bit different. So Skyline Chili it is. Not even a long line. All right, so time to grab something to eat. And I didn't have anything to eat on the way here, so I am definitely hungry. If you don't want to eat it with your hands, though, it kind of gets hard to eat. Let's just see what happens when I just pick one up. Yeah, it's going to be a mess. There's no choice. This is also a great place to sit and just people watch. More people just keep pouring in. Well, that was a great lunch. Not a healthy lunch, but a great lunch. And it looks like the 70s On Demand is the next show. That's why we saw all that sparkle up on the stage. Well, we hit one ride and have one meal under our belt right now before everyone goes to grab food. So now it is time to go for another couple of rides. People are already sitting at the bar at the beer garden. This place looks so different when it's not Christmas time. Adventure Express. What is the Adventure Express? It says it's an aggressive thrill ride. I don't know that I've heard of this one. You know what? That makes it all the more worthwhile to go check it out. It looks like it's some sort of ride. We got on this line at 11:41. We'll see how long it actually takes. All right, this one does have bins where you can put your things. It has been 6 minutes up to this point, and we are about to be on the next train. That was 7 minutes altogether to get onto this ride. Not a bad wait at all. I mean, I guess I have to wait for one more train, but what's that? There it is right there. Okay, so officially 9 minutes. So that was not a Cedar Creek Mine ride. It is a similar type of a ride, but decidedly not like Cedar Creek Mine ride. So much more fun. Very smooth and also very highly themed. That was a blast of a ride, and actually at the very end of it, people clapped, which would never happen on Cedar Creek Mine ride because that thing hurts like hell. This did not hurt. It was smooth. It was fun. It was pretty high paced, and then like I said, had some incredible theming in it. Blue Streak has a very long line, and right now the sun has come out again. It is nice and warm. This is the way I wanted it to be today. No wonder why the racer has such a long line. We've got one stuck car, which means I'm assuming they're only running the red line right now. I'm really looking for a bathroom right now. I think we may just have to bite the bullet and wait for Orion here after we hit this bathroom break. Because if I wait for that line, which I assume will be a long line, I don't know, but if I wait for it now, I'll piss myself. So that took a while to get back to this bathroom. They're like, maybe there's a bathroom that I don't know about, but there are like no bathrooms on that side of the park. But I think we may just continue on from here and start with the stunt coaster. All right, so our next mark is the Backlot stunt coaster. This might be a decent line. Let's see. It does look fun though. All right, so we got in line at 12:07. Actually, it doesn't look that bad. I have heard that the operations here at Kings Island are much faster moving than they are at Cedar Point. So we'll see if that's the case. I mean, so far, I do feel like things have been really quick. Also, today is the day when we hit 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for subscribing to the Not Your Normal Guy channel. We love, I love having you guys as a part of this channel, and it's been really just an adventure, and I think we're in for way more this year than even last year. So let's go. Oh no, it just broke down. So now's the question of what do I do? I don't usually wait, but with this one I feel invested, so. All right, so I gave up the wait. Just decided to go. Get out of here. Unfortunately, it just seemed like that was not going to get back up very quickly. So we'll continue around in our walk around the park. It's only about 12:30 right now, and that's because we waited for a half hour in that line. So we'll see how long the next line for it might be when we get around, but for right now, we're just gonna go find another ride for us to hit. Let's see about Mystic Timbers. I keep seeing people leaving all kinds of different rides. Makes me nervous because I have not had the greatest luck yet today. All right, so I think this is only gonna be about a half hour of a line. Not positive of that, but I think so, and that's why I can do this. I have about 35 minutes before the Passion for Fashion show, so we can try that out. This part gonna take a while. You know, even if it doesn't happen in time for the fashion show, I don't really care about this show in particular, so I'm happy to go watch or do something else and then come back to that show. So I did just see someone on the water ride. I saw a head bob up and down over there. If it gets warm enough, I would love to ride it, but not if it's as cool as it is so far. All right, guys, I'm about to sue the weatherman here because I was promised a nice day and I'm not getting one. I am very, very tired of this dumb cold weather. It has been officially 46 minutes and I am about to get on the stairs right now. This took much longer than I expected it to, but it's not like the worst line I've ever waited in. Just, I thought it might be more like a half hour, but definitely there was a lot more at the back then. I really want to know what some of these things are. Whitewater Canyon, do they have 3 water rides? What is that cave? Because it looks very Universal Studios, and I want to see the inside of it real bad. Hey, they actually have an antique photo booth here. All right, there's a show in a half hour. Obviously not the same show I just was trying to go to. I'm gonna go grab a quick drink. We're gonna go watch this show. As long as there are handles on the doors, we're going in the back way. Just need to get something to drink. Oh, bring your kids here. Let them watch a little bit of a video. All right, I got the Eiffel upside down Mule. We'll see what that's like. This entire place is a pretty full house. And this drink is delicious. Thank you very much. So good. I think I'm gonna drink my whole water first though. For some reason, I'm really thirsty even though it's cold outside. Looks even prettier when you stir it up a little bit. Ooh, it feels nice out here. Finally a little bit warmish. I am on my way now to see a show. We can have a good old time checking out a show and hanging out together. Let's go. Okay, it actually says that this show is in the Fest House, so it may not be on the front celebration stage. Instead, I may get some air conditioning for this show, and I am 100% or some heat for this show. Even though now it's finally starting to get warm, it'd almost be ashamed to go inside. There are only 3 showings of this today, so we're gonna watch it right now. Apparently some HIFI honey stands here also. Part of the charm and the fun of amusement parks is the entertainment and the theming stuff that's around the park. I think too few people take advantage of that kind of thing. All right, my phone is now on low battery, so that is the time for me to head out to my car and then go on a little walk around the park while my phone charges, because we are going to go grab that GoPro and check out the layout of this park for a separate video. So far, my time here at Kings Island has been really fun. I do feel like I'm definitely at the point of like, I don't know what I don't know. Like, there's so much still to find out about Kings Island. And I definitely don't feel like I have it down to a science by any means, but that's also part of the fun of coming to a park that you don't know as well. Unfortunately, on my way in, I was in such a hurry that I did not make a note of where I was parked. It also looks quite a bit different than it did. There are a lot more cars down here in the front. It definitely feels good getting that sun on my skin right now, although the air is still very cold. All right, look who I ran into.
How's
Justin Roth. So this is another great YouTuber. You guys definitely need to check him out for some Cedar Point and Kings Island, all kinds of other content too, right?
Yeah.
So he does all kinds of stuff.
Kings Island and Cedar Point.
Yeah. Yep. So definitely, there's a lot of crossovers. So you guys definitely need to check this out. It's always fun to meet new friends here, and in the case of Justin, we've talked a lot online, so feels like I've actually seen him a lot. All right, always filming new and old friends. So, what are you guys' names? What's the best ride that you've ridden so far today? Orion? Mystic? Yeah, that's a good one. I love Mystic. Which one?
Oh yeah, Banshee.
I loved Banshee. I was surprised. All right, well, it's good to see you guys. You have a good one, okay? Always meeting new friends. What are you guys named?
Logan.
Logan?
Cam.
Cam?
No, Michael.
Michael. I'm Trent, or Not Your Normal Guy. Nice to meet you guys. So what's the best ride here?
Banshee.
Banshee? Actually, I really loved that. I haven't ridden all of them today yet,
I'll
but
say Beast at night.
Beast?
At night, though.
It's not open yet,
It
though.
has to be at night.
So it can't count right now, right?
Can't count, then probably Orion.
Orion? Okay. I gotta, that's probably the next one I gotta hit. So you guys have a good one. Thanks for saying hi.
Add me on Snap. Cam underscore 0.
Add me on Snap too. Low Gunner 51.
The POV is done. It is now about 4 o'clock, and I think that means it's about time to go grab something to eat real fast, and then maybe get something to drink, and we'll ride some more rides. I still got to hit Orion tonight because there are a few of you that are hoping for a direct comparison between Orion and Fury 325. So, I mean, let's try it, see what they like. I mean, they look similar. I don't know that that means they are similar, though. All right, back into the park for the 3rd time today, and we're back. Oh, they turned off the fountains. I think it might have been too windy for the fountains. I think the wind is kind of extreme today. I'm actually a little bit surprised that they haven't shut down any of the coasters. Now, I have 2 more things that I have to do today, and one of them is Orion. The other one is the Eiffel Tower. I also have to eat, and I'm planning on eating a little bit early, so that'll happen first. I think then Orion, and then the Eiffel Tower, and then after that, we can hit anything else that we have time for. One of my Instagram followers mentioned that the Coney area, I think, barbecue is delicious. So that's where we're headed right now. We are headed onto the Coney barbecue. I think that's what it's called. I don't know everything yet. So forgive my ignorance and correct me down in the comments. At this park, there have been a lot of friendly people who have all said, hey. A lot of them don't even know who I am. There have been a couple people. There's just a guy just a second ago who said, normal guy. So, it's always nice when people say hi. I love that. Sometimes I'm super awkward, so if you happen to see that I am super awkward, I mean, just expect it a little bit. Now, one cool thing about coming over here for barbecue is that Orion is right behind me, so I can do Orion on my way back out of Coney Barbecue.
What would you like for your side?
Oh, let's do the corn. That looks good. Pay for it over here. All right, this all smells absolutely delicious. We are more south, so they give you two kinds of barbecue here. One that is spicy and the other that is not. I think that's funny that the barbecue place at Cedar Point does not give you that option. It is so much more north though, so we don't do spicy up there. I'm not even sure which one this is, if this is spicy. Not too spicy, a little bit of a kick to it. Let's try it by itself. It's good. It has a bit of a taste to it that I don't love. That's kind of like a, I want to call it like a gamey taste. I'm not as much of a fan of that. I'm not sure which one is the spicy one. I just did the other one. I like them both a lot. Now, I did think that there was like an indoor seating area here. There isn't. That's perfectly fine today. But you do need to come outside and eat. There are two lines inside, so you can choose two different ways to get in, and it does get you through really fast. So this was a very good recommendation. It's not my favorite that I've ever had. That doesn't really make it bad. It's just not my favorite. The thing that this place has over either of the other places is they do give you a hush puppy, and then they also give you a side, and there are different sides, but they were pretty creative with their sides. I haven't had sweet corn in a long time. And how it's charred too. That is really good. When I forget I'm filming because I'm so busy eating, that's how you know it's a good place. I do like a little bit of salt and pepper on my corn though. And I did just happen to grab a packet, so let's try a little bit. That of course does kick it up a notch. Now let's try this hush puppy. No, I'm good. Thank you. Oh, they even have people who come over and ask you if you need help. What's this witchcraft? I mean, it's just a hush puppy. It's basically just fried bread. The most healthy of all the breads, by the way. Now, they also had a Carolina mustard, but who comes to a restaurant and gets barbecue and wants mustard to put on it? I don't even care if it's some special mustard. I'm not into that. This was all on the meal plan. It does look like very little food, but it's actually very filling too. All right, so out of all the barbecue places that I have tried between Cedar Point and Carowinds and here, I would say that I would rank this one third out of 4. I definitely think that this was better than Miss Keats, but I would say that Back BQ and the barbecue place at Carowinds were better overall than this was. This just had more of a gamey taste to it for one reason or another. Okay, Orion had a horribly long line while I was walking around the park for my POV. By the way, POVs are some of the best ways for me to be able to check out the park. And of course you guys can check it out also. I am going to go grab a beer at the back of Hank's Mexican Grill so that then I can be nice and toasty by the time that the ride starts. All right, I greatly enjoyed that Pilsner with the last drink that I got, so that's what we got here. It does say a fine Pilsner beer, so I have no idea what that means. I'm not that well versed at it all. But it's enough for me to say sure. Let's see what I actually think about this too. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit of hoppiness on the end, but it's definitely smooth. I like it a lot. Let's see how long the line Orion has. Also, we could go check out Flight of Fear too, but that had a real big line at the back. We'll see. We have our first priorities first. You know what? I'm gonna get a locker for this one. Of course, I'm gonna take my phone, but you know what? We're gonna do rent and multi-use. Locker number 2187.
Go.
All right, we found it. Also, I had someone ask me how big this was. So, here's my block. I don't know, maybe 3 foot by 2 foot by probably, I mean, that's fairly deep, probably 3 foot again. All right, this way I have a camera, I have a handle, and I have a beer, and we can go into the line. It is looking like a long one, but maybe not the longest line I've ever seen. Hey. Yeah, I'll put it away. Oh, yes, yeah.
It has to be done before you go in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's technically not allowed to have alcohol in your system when you ride, so this is all.
Okay, sounds good. I'll just drink it out here then. Okay, so you're not actually allowed to drink alcohol in the line, so I have to finish this whole thing before I can get in line. That's why I bought it. Oh, well, all right, let's go. Chug, chug, chug. When I drink beer too fast, there's always that moment when I go like that. But apparently you're not allowed to. It is kind of weird. I drank beer in lines during Winterfest, so I don't know why you can't have a beer in line for Orion, but I mean, at least I'll have a nice buzz while I wait. Now, whatever workers tell you to do, they are not rules that they came up with. Just do whatever a worker tells you to do, whether it always seems consistent or not. Okay, I came in right at 5:25. So let's see how this line shakes out. I think we are about 15 minutes in so far, and we have made it pretty far. I'm actually pretty surprised at the speed of this ride. So far, operations really are, I think, pretty decent. Right up here, it's a stairway. So we'll have to go that way, but then we have one more turnaround. It's the furthest one. Kings Island does have a lot of floor areas, though, that feel like you're walking into a funhouse. I got lined at 5:25. It is now 5:55, which means it's been right about 30 minutes. This line could definitely get a lot longer than it is even right now. This is going to be perfect weather for riding this ride. It's nice and sunny and actually pretty warm, so I won't have to catch my breath trying to ride this one. Oh, there's more. CSI going to get us on this ride. This line definitely has quite a bit more of a fast lane than some of the others that I've seen tonight. This is definitely more of a highly themed experience, along the lines of like Disney or maybe more like Universal Studios than like Cedar Fair. But I mean, I'm definitely all for this. 6:05 and we are here at the stairs. Still gonna be a few minutes. Seems like Kings Island still has quite a bit of space. Be cool what could potentially happen. 45 minutes and I am ready to go. So Fury is way, way faster. It's down low. You've got more of that just like speed factor behind you for the entire time. This definitely is more of a just extremely smooth ride from beginning to end. Almost every time you go up high, you kind of end up mitigating that by just going into like a 0G, not roll, but like a like a zero G just turn, like a very highly banked turn. It didn't pack the punch that I expected it might. Now, that doesn't make it a bad ride by any means. Like, as a matter of fact, I absolutely loved like every second of that because it was just so smooth. It's just a little bit different, and it doesn't have the same kind of excitement factor, I don't think, that Fury did. But it is absolutely fantastic. I would 100% recommend for anybody to ride it because I don't even find it that scary. It's just smooth and fun and so great. Now, that being said, this is also from someone who rides a lot of roller coasters. So if you don't love a whole bunch of roller coasters, that may be something that you'll find to be a bit more difficult. Let me know what you think of Orion down below in the comments. All right, we have one more thing we have to do before we leave, and then we have a whole bunch of wants that we can complete. So my have to is that I have to go to the Eiffel Tower. I want to see what this park looks like. So we're headed to that little baby right there. Let's go. This looks like a big line too for the iconic Eiffel Tower. Looks like they fill this elevator really, really full. They're loading it up. Hopefully we'll be on very quickly here.
Welcome to the Kings Island Eiffel Tower. This tower stands at 314 feet tall, making it a rough 1/3 size of the one in Paris, France, which stands at 314 meters, 1,027 feet roughly. I'm taking you up 275 feet today. While you're up there, there are a few rules. There is no eating, drinking, or smoking allowed. It is against Ohio state law to drop anything over the side, throw anything over the side, or spit over the side. If you have any questions, Mary will be up there. You can ask her, you can ask me now, or you can ask me on the way down. Does anyone have any questions?
It's very tight in here. All right, we are definitely high up. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit scary. I'm far more scared than I thought it would be up here, but this is cool. It doesn't help that the floor isn't perfectly level, so I'm kind of like, oh no, it's gonna fall. So Diamondback is definitely something I would like to ride. I'm gonna have to go check that one out. I'm also gonna have to check out that racer. I never realized that they're verges. That's kind of cool. Well, I'm not long for the world of the Eiffel Tower, but it is pretty cool. Can't wait for the beast to open up. Well, our elevator was broken down, which is why everyone is in line now. It took us 20 minutes to get on the elevator to get onto here, and since then we've been stuck. We've now been stuck for about 30 minutes here on the Eiffel Tower. At least this thing has sat here for 50 years. I'm not afraid it's gonna fall over.
3 years, everybody. He said that's tomorrow. What the? Out the foot.
All right, so that was quite an ordeal. Now we're gonna try to get a couple more rides in now that we are done with the ordeal that was the Eiffel Tower. I would really like to try the Stunt Spectacular and then also Diamondback. But honestly, if there's a ride and I see it and it doesn't have an excruciatingly long line, then I will definitely get onto it. As you can see, they closed down the line because we had an issue while we were up there. I'm up in the tower. I was looking at what's behind this wooden wall right here, and that is where Vortex used to be. Apparently they got rid of that a couple of years ago. It's just kind of sat vacant. I think Cedar Fair is definitely turning both Kings Island and Cedar Point into just massive destinations. Maybe you could take a week's vacation and take 2 days at Cedar Point, 2 days at Kings Island. The worst thing about that whole ordeal, well, was the height. And then on top of that, it was the loss of time, just because I would like to still be able to ride several more rides. I think this is probably going to be 45 minutes. I think we have about 2.5 hours before the park closes. It's 7:30 right now. I've already eaten, so we're pretty much ready to go. I have to miss line at 7:25. Let's see how long the line actually takes. I do remember riding this ride when I was in 7th grade, and definitely thinking it was fun. I also recall, thinking that it was pretty intense. We'll see what modern day Trent thinks. All right, it has been 20 minutes, and we are at this point in the line right now. All right, so right here, there we cross this little bridge, and then we go right into the main area. So far we have been waiting 35 minutes. So I think there's a really good chance that I was right, that this is about a 45-minute wait. All right, it's 8:45 right now, so unfortunately, I am not right. My face is peeling off. This cold weather is apparently peeling my entire face off. These cars do not seat very many people, although they do run quite a few of them all at one time, so that's good. There's like 3 different cars, I think. Let's go. So overall, that ride took 50 minutes. Really, it was more like 48, I think, something like that, for us to get onto it. We've got some TikToks going on over here. I do remember why I thought that ride was intense. It's because it was in the dark. You have that dark section where you go through like utter darkness, and during that was when my kid brain went. But it was still very fun. Like, I definitely enjoyed that ride a lot, and a lot of it is down to the theming. It shoots you out right away. You go around a helix, get up to the very top, and go straight down into some cop cars. You end up at the top of another section where there's like a helicopter shooting at you, and there's some pyrotechnics and stuff like that. Like, that was definitely really fun to see, and then it shoots you right into the dark, and you go around for a little bit, and then it shoots you out. That is the only ride that I've ridden today that has not had the redundant safety harnesses on it, and it's just because there's very little that you do. You kind of do some banked turns a couple times, but when you're doing that, like, you never go upside down. You're going fast enough, even on those bank turns, that it would hold you in one way or another. So I'm not worried about no redundant safety harnesses on that one. Now, one thing that I don't love about Kings Island, although I am at least glad that it's consistent here, so far anyway, is they have not had any wait times for anything. For those of you who are like OGs to this park, let me know if that's something that's normal. Is it always that way? Or throughout the summer, do they begin putting more wait times on? That would definitely be interesting for me. Let me know what you know down in the comments. All right, Diamondback. Ooh, this does look like a line. Maybe we can get this done and then go over to hit the bat tonight before it's time to leave. Well, let's see what Diamondback's like. I've heard this is a great ride. Never done it before though, so let's see what I think. Okay, these look like they are some long trains, and they also look like they have the every other seat arrangement that Intimidator has. hopped in this line at 8:23. Let's see how long it actually takes. Okay, it's been 40 minutes so far. We still have that to go, but we just did all of that back behind us. So I'm assuming that's going to be like a 30-minute wait, because it took me 10 minutes to get past all of what we've already done. So thinking all this will take another 10 minutes, and then it looks like maybe we go to the other side, and that's probably just straight up the stairs. I'm hoping. When I was on the Eiffel Tower, one of the workers did tell me that it is a third scale model of the actual Eiffel Tower. So you would have to take 3 of those to make an Eiffel Tower. It just seems absolutely insane to me. This one is tall enough, thank you very much. The fast lane will save you time, but that doesn't mean you won't have to wait. This fast lane does have a pretty decent line. Looks like we're gonna actually get on this before 9 o'clock. We got in here at 8:23. It is now 8:47, so it's been about 25 minutes.
It's like just like towards the back.
All right, so it looks like 37 minutes right now. We are at row 12. We are officially going on at 8:51. Let's go. We'll just hit one merch location today. We actually need to head back toward Orion to pick up my wallet. Getting off that ride, I thought, where is my wallet? This is actually a kind of cool themed place. Very Old West. I'm definitely liking these bags. It might be worth the investment for me to buy something like that. And going back to Orion will be a good thing too, because we are on our way now toward the front of the park to go hit the Bat. And then we'll see if there's anything else too. I might do Flight of Fear, if that's one that is open and seems to have a short line. But one way or another, we'll just walk all the way around and then get the stuff we need. If I can find like a merch location with a sweater, that's what I would really like to have. Yeah, sure you can. What's your favorite ride?
No, Mystic Timbers.
Mystic Timbers, I thought.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
All of you, not Orion, not...
No, Mystic Timbers, awesome.
I love it. I love it.
Love the scenery.
I do think Mystic Timbers is a great
Subscribe to
ride.
him. Subscribe.
Subscribe to him, he's the best.
Why does Coca-Cola just scream Christmas to me? No matter how you slice it. They sell it at more than just Christmas time. And yet, so Diamondback is a fantastic ride. I had so much fun on that ride. And especially a night ride is really fun too. It's darker, harder to see. It does add to the intensity factor of the ride. I think if I have to choose though, I think I would definitely choose Orion over Diamondback. But the funny thing, here's my hot take. I think I would choose Banshee over Orion. I do need to get another ride in on it. Probably it's not going to happen tonight, I don't think. Maybe, I mean, if the Bat is a short line, then maybe, but I definitely am thinking that Orion is just, I mean, it's fun. It's something, it's definitely a ride that I enjoy, and like I said, incredibly smooth. But there was just something about Banshee's way of taking those turns and just giving you those 0G rolls that just made me like, whoa, something I'd never done before. And they are like, I don't know. I can't really even describe it, but I like it a lot. The view of the park at night, this is one of the most beautiful parks at night that I have ever seen. Oh, I almost forgot about the one ride that I wanted to ride, which is also the Racers. Racers is less important because I've ridden it before. I mean, as a teenager. But if we can ride both of those rides, the Bat and the Racers, we'll see if we can do that. Like I said, I've ridden it before, so it's less high on my priorities list. But if it has a real short wait, we might go hit that first. It's 9:08 right now, and we have to get our lockers first. Yeah, no one is selling any sweatshirts. And that is a problem on a night like tonight. I have already ridden Flight of Fear multiple times this last winter. So if Flight of Fear has more than like even a, yeah, that even has enough of a line that I'm gonna say no. Okay, so everything looks the same, but it's not the same as Cedar Point. So this was, I did notice the difference in price, and I thought, oh, well, I'm just lucky. I'm not just lucky. I was wrong. It is a $5 fee for 2 hours instead of a $10 fee for all day long. So I did have to extend my locker usage for $3 extra for right now. And I think that was actually just kind of one of the workers here being graceful to me. Because I think it would have needed to be more than that, because that only would have extended it 3 hours. So I bought the 2 hour lockers more than 5 hours ago. So I think that still got me back in so that I could get my locker. But it does take some extra cost for us to be able to get into the locker. So there are $10 all-day lockers that are up at the front of the park, but then you have to keep them in those lockers for the rest of the day. Right now they do not have all-day lockers that you can do here. Now this was a movable locker, but it was only for 2 hours. That's why I said I bought it more than 5 hours ago. I think I did. I could be wrong. But either way, I think she was just being gracious to me. I did not have my payment, so she allowed me to get just my card out, leave everything else, including the rest of my wallet, in the locker, and then I was able to pay the extra $3 and then get everything back out of my locker. That whole debacle only took 10 minutes, so now we are going to go ride the Bat and see about one final ride. If it's possible, depends on how long I'm gonna have to wait for the Bat, on the Racers. Food booths seem to be open late here. Oh, I don't know. How long of a line is that? You know what? It's not no line. So I'm going to keep going to the Bat. Now, I had already ridden Mystic Timbers. This last year I rode that a lot during Winterfest. But that's just a ride that I absolutely adore. It's so much fun. It's so zippy. It's so smooth. Also, it's kind of unlike most other wooden rides. So I think it's definitely worthwhile to have hit extra. But I'm not going to do Flight of Fear because I've already done it recently, and because I'm running out of time tonight. Overall, I think we're going to have hit quite possibly every ride except for Flight of Fear and the Beast. And the Beast is closed. So, and then we won't have ridden the kids' rides, but we will definitely hit those another time. As I was walking around, I saw the Bat back here somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where. That is kind of the weird thing about this park. This park is very simple. It has, it's really just a big circle. That's pretty much it, with a couple of little tributary roads kind of going through the middle toward the icon, which is the Eiffel Tower. But it is a park where there's a lot of stuff that takes you other directions. So like right now, I'm on the outside, but then I'm going down a big walkway that takes me way outside the park. And I think that's where most of the newer rides reside. It's like the circle was already there, but then they have to have a few additional pathways that'll take you out further, so that you can get to the outside of the park and they can build a new ride where there's extra land. It kind of seems like they didn't really think much about the future when building this park. They created kind of a Disney-esque theme of a park, and then they were like, oh, but if we want to do an extra ride, we're gonna have to build out, past where the racers are so that they can get a couple new rides there. There are several spots where there's just a path that takes you off. Just like this path right here includes Banshee, it includes the Bat, and there's a path down that way that includes, we didn't ride the, it's not called, is it called Face Off? No, in Vertigo. We didn't ride in Vertigo today. But I would like to see the Bat. I do like hanging rides. It's 9:27 as we enter this queue right now. Wow, seems like it goes really far away. We'll see how long this takes. If this ride has like no line, then I'll be able to hop on it really fast, and then I can go straight to the racers. Now that we're done with that massive walk, he and I are best friends. Wow, that was hella intense. That ride is so intense, so much fun. Especially at night because you can't see where you're going. And it also has cool views of the hotel, the Great Wolf Lodge that's here on site. I don't think I've ever seen this big of a queue for anything. Maybe they use or have used that queue for other things. Let me know down in the comments if that's something they use for, maybe a HalloWeekends. Well, 10 minutes later, and I got my steps in. I'm really tempted to ride Banshee again. If it has nothing for a line, I might just do it. I kind of think that's more worthwhile than riding the racers. Yeah, there's nothing. Oh my word. Okay. I can't in good conscience pass up this opportunity when this has quickly become one of my favorite rides. So let's try it again. Maybe it won't be my favorite this time. I've heard other people say it's kind of rough. All right, it is 9:42 right now. I might even get to ride the racers. I'm not sure if I want to. I'm afraid they might beat me up, but might be okay. Dude, that is such a good ride. I can't even explain it. It is so good. I did feel it a little bit more that time as far as like it shaking me a little bit. So I think I see what people are talking about. But it is much less smooth than Orion overall. I would say as far as like a shaky factor goes, it would be on the level of like Millennium Force, where it's one of the newer rides. Generally, it is pretty smooth overall, but there's a little bit of a give and take on it. At this point, I am thinking I'm going to try to go hit the racer, which I can see right up there. Probably have about 9 minutes now. So hopefully we can get one last ride in Then we will have ridden everything except for in Vertigo. Ugh. No thank you anyway. And then we wouldn't have ridden Flight of Fear or of course the Beast. And then the kids rides we haven't ridden yet either, but I just rode both of those rides at Carowinds. And I think they'll be worth it to do with my daughter at a later date. Now I am thinking this Mexican restaurant does sound good. Hank's Mexican Grill. I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks even like they have stuff on the meal plan. Not to sound like a Carowinds hater, but I definitely like it that things stay open later here. At Carowinds, everything kind of seemed to just shut down. And also, it's still cold, but a lot of people are here, and I love that. So yeah, the racer has no line. We chose perfectly this evening. And that's not because I know anything yet. I'm just guessing at this point. With most theme parks, though, you can transfer some of the ideas from one to another to be able to kind of get the idea of what will be most helpful. Definitely feel like I was flying blind tonight, but it's gone pretty well. And our last ride will be the racer, but only the red racer. It is kind of stinky that I won't get to race with anybody else, but it's okay. We got in line at 9:54. Let's see how long this takes. I don't think it's gonna take long. We just get to choose whichever one we want. Okay, I'll be on the next car. Sure. It is 10 o'clock right now. For a hot day, it's definitely nice that you've got some shelter here while you're waiting for the racers. That ride makes me much less sick than Blue Streak. Either that or else it's the beginning of the year and I'm just like stoked about being on coasters again. I hesitate to say they take better care of their coasters, but it kind of seems that way. You know, they're retracking the Beast, and then I believe that this has gotten a retrack recently. So they just do some extra things to really help out with their coasters. Also, just listen to this classic music. You can't get more happy than this. I am very happy that Ohio has both Kings Island and Cedar Point. I'm sad that Geauga Lake is gone because I feel like with the three of them, this could have just been the powerhouse. But I think even with the two of them, we're still I feel like Cedar Fair is just lining up Ohio to be the powerhouse place for coasters. And I absolutely love that about it. So at least some of their shops stay open late for you to get food at. Kings Island does have some really great stores too. And I love how they just go one after another down this long line of stores, just like on Main Street at Disney World. It really, truly is a beautiful place. And I'm very happy I have my Platinum Pass this year and I can be back here all the time. Like I said, I'm glad that Ohio has two powerhouse amusement parks in it. And I absolutely love this. It has a completely different feel from Cedar Point. I do think Cedar Point is still my favorite because of that like extra feeling of like you can go to the beach, you can hang out, you can relax. It's such an all-encompassing resort feel. This doesn't have that in quite the same way, but of course you can only have a lake if you have a lake. Unless you're Walt Disney. Bye, Kings Island. We'll see you again very soon. Today we did so much. We rode everything but I think 2 coasters that were like adult coasters. And I'm really glad that we were able to come today. I still feel like I haven't quite figured out the way that Kings Island works absolutely the best. And that'll come with a little bit of time here at Kings Island. You know, I've got to come a couple times to be able to realize the way that this park functions best. So I hope you'll stick with me for the next couple times, but I hope that you had fun today, and let's go! All right, guys, for those of you who are still here, first of all, I see you and I applaud you. Thank you for hanging around. But first of all, write a timestamp, just a random timestamp, and then say like, oh my word, I can't believe Trent said this. Something like that down in the comments. It should be hilarious watching people try to go back to it. It doesn't even matter what I'm doing. I'll probably just be like Googling a roller coaster or something. but just make it seem like I did something just horribly inappropriate. And then secondly, this is also the time when I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear, especially from those of you who are so dedicated that you're waiting until the very end to click off this video. I want to hear from you what you want to see. I'm going to Kings Island. I'm going to Cedar Point. I'll probably be going to Michigan Adventure. I'll be hitting up a lot of different places. What do you want to know? What do you want to find out? What questions do you have for me down in the comments? Please leave those. But then also, where do you want to see? Do you want to see Indiana Beach? Do you want to see Michigan Adventure? Kentucky Kingdom? I don't know. What do you want to see? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys, especially those of you who are so dedicated that you're hanging out past the end credits on my video. So for those of you who are still dedicated enough to be here, thank you guys so much. And please, let's hear from you down in the comments. You have a great night. Let's go.
So what y'all, we at Kings Island. It's opening day 2022.
That's right. What's your names?
My name Kat.
Kat? Tim.
Hey, y'all
Tim?
subscribe to my boy.
Okay, awesome. Nice to meet you guys.